Today's PPCC 26 workshop preview. I'm Lyman Goodrich and your host for today's session. The Power Platform Community Conference takes place this October 27th through 29th at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, with full-day workshops presented Sunday the 25th, Monday the 26th, and Friday the 30th. This preview is designed to give you a sneak peek into the workshop content you'll experience at PPCC 26, presented by the same speakers you'll be meeting in person in Las Vegas. Today's webinar is being recorded and will be available on this workshop's detail page in the PPCC 26 website. If you haven't registered yet, stay with us till the end, because we'll give you information on how to save $150 off your registration by using the speaker's discount code. With that, it's my pleasure to introduce to you today's speaker, Tomasz Positek. Take it away, Tomasz.
Right. Thank you very much, Simon, for the introduction. And you haven't butchered my last name, so that is good. That's good. So welcome, everyone. I don't know from what time zones you're joining, so I'll just say good morning, good afternoon, good day from wherever you are. This short session is going to be dedicated to a thing that I find the most complex about my workshop, which I've been delivering for a couple of times already in the past, which is the preparation of the environment and the whole layout of your machine, of your laptop, and the cloud setup for the workshop. So that I hope that this intro will not only help you to prepare for the workshop that will be held on Sunday before the Power Platform Community Conference, but as well to get maybe a more deeper understanding of how this whole setup around hyperautomation in Power Platform works. All right, so with that having said, let's get to it. So my name is Tomasz Positek. I'm coming from Poland in Warsaw, and I have the pleasure to deliver you the Hyperautomation workshop during the Power Platform Community Conference. I am Business Applications MVP. I am a traveler. I love good cuisine or the kitchen. I do love the community, and I really enjoy traveling to the conferences around the world. I as well run a small company where we focus on solutions built in Power Platform, Dynamics 365, Azure, SharePoint, and everything around Microsoft 365. So if at any point you'd have any questions or try to work with me, then there are multiple ways to contact. So don't hesitate. And also, if you'd like to have these slides shared with you after viewing this recording, then as well feel free to reach out to me and ask via the LinkedIn or email, whatever. All right, so just a short intro about the workshop itself. We will be, during the whole day, automating this scenario, which is pretty common in most of the companies. So basically, this scenario is going to be about the invoice processing. The invoice is going to be put into the process through an email. Then it's going to be picked up by AI Builder models to be processed using generative AI. Later, we'll have the approval process, and after the approval, it will be put in the legacy CRM. And finally, the requester will receive an email with confirmation or the information why the invoice has been rejected. Yep. And also, what is important about the hyperautomation concept, this term has been initially developed or maybe invented by Gartner years ago, and it stands basically for the idea to automate any kind of processes that we have in companies using any tools available in the IT landscape. These tools do not really need to be delivered or originating from the single developer, from the single vendor, from the single company. Those can be different tools from different vendors. The only goal is that we would need to combine them together. We would need to bond them together. So together they simply allow to automate a process end to end that can be held in different places around the company, on different platforms, on different machines or whatever there is running in the companies. And in case of this workshop, we'll be purely working within the Power Platform, obviously. And we'll be using cloud services to utilize cloud flows and desktop flows. We'll as well use the Outlook, Microsoft Teams, and Dataverse and AI Builder. Then we'll have dedicated environment, we'll have solutions, and as well, you will need to have a local machine to run all these automations locally and to use the CRM. Now, speaking about the layout that you would like to choose for the workshop, there are two major options. So the first is that you're going to use your own your own tenant. Your tenant that already exists. Either this is going to be your tenant or your company's tenant. This is up to you. And as well, a machine that could be delivered by your company or that could be your company's laptop. And with that layout, you should be ready to check whether you have all the required licenses, if you have an environment available, if the DLPs on that environment are not blocking any of the connectors required for the workshop, if you have credits for the AL Leader, if you have required permissions on the machine that you will be using for the automation, for the RPA automation. And in the option B, which is mainly recommended by myself because that gives you much more flexibility and independency, and as well isolation from your work or your private tenant. This is what I'm going to showcase you right now, where you will just provision your own tenant and you'll use it for the workshop, and later you'll be able to delete it or decommission it, or maybe keep it if you'd like to, because why not? So if you're going for the option A, be sure you have a Power Automate Premium license assigned, or that you have a Power Automate Premium trial assigned to your account, that you do have either a dedicated developer environment, your developer environment ready, or that you have a dedicated other like sandbox environment available for the workshop, that you have at least environment maker in that environment, and that you have a machine where you can locally run attended RPAs, and that on that machine, you most preferably have the local admin rights, because you will need to install some of the software. Therefore, if you do not have local admin rights, it would be just more cumbersome to have this software installed. All right. Also, speaking about the environment, you have to be aware which environment you're going to choose, or you're going to use, obviously, that you have, as mentioned, this environment maker role, and you're able to create flows, that there is Dataverse available in that environment, that the required connectors are not blocked by any DLP policies, that you can use the same environment for Power Automate Desktop on the machine where you'll be building RPAs, and that you have either either tokens assigned to this environment, or that you can request for a Builder trial quota, so that there are some tokens left for your testing. So the safest will be simply to use developer environment. Now, speaking about DLP, be sure that if there is any DLP, then that DLP that reflects or that covers your environment, that it does not block any of the Power Automate Desktop actions, that it does not block Microsoft Outlook, Microsoft Teams, or Microsoft Dataverse. These 4 connectors have to be available and put in the same group, either business or non-business, up to you. But preferably they should not be blocked, so put in a business group. Now, if, on the other hand, you would like to go for the demo tenant, so the option B, so you'd like to set up your own tenant, then I will be sharing with you, prior to the workshop, lab materials that will consist not only from the laboratories and instructions for all the labs we are going through, but as well from these lab prerequisites 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. 1.2 is very optional, but 1.1 is the lab that will guide you through all the steps that you have to follow to set up your own tenant. And lab 1.3 will guide you through all the steps you have to do to create, to install Power Automate Desktop, register it in Power Automate portal, and have that machine available for future automations. So these labs will be shared with you. What I will only ask you to is to go through them very precisely, step by step, and be sure that your environment, your tenant, your machine are ready and configured accordingly to what is described in these materials. I will just show you in a moment all the steps that you will have to do. Also, speaking about the machine, either you go to option A or option B. So either you have your own machine, or you have the machine dedicated or given by your company, or if this is the virtual machine sitting somewhere in Azure, be sure that it follows these guidelines or these requirements, so that it has the processor, the memory available, the .NET framework, that it has to be Windows 10 or 11 Pro and Enterprise. So you cannot use the Windows 10 Home Edition, or you cannot use Windows 10 or 11 Educational Edition. It has to be Pro Enterprise in case you really want to have this Hyperautomation installed and running. And last but not least, install the Contoso invoicing legacy application, which will be as well shared with you. So the installation file will be available for you to download and install on whatever machine you're going to choose. All right. Now, speaking about the machine as well, please follow all the steps in the Labs 1.3, where you will have the instructions on how to register a machine with a specific environment, and how to create a connection so that the machine and a connection will be ready for you to use during the workshop. So to summarize all these steps that you have to perform before the workshop, before you attend the workshop, because during the workshop, we will really not have time to go through all the setup and initial steps. And I somehow count on that. If you're joining the workshop, you will be really ready and checked that your machine, that you know which environment you're going to use, that you have the Automate desktop installed on your machine, that the machine follows the requirements I showed you, that desktop flows and cloud flows can be created and are running in the same environment, that you have this machine registered in a portal and is accessible, that you have connection to the desktop flows set up and it's working, that the browser add-ons is installed and it's working. That is as well part of the Labs 1.3. That the DLP policy, if there is any, is not blocking any of the Power Automate Desktop, Outlook, Teams, or Dataverse connectors. That you have required Power Automate Premium license assigned and AI Builder tokens. And that you do have all the workshop materials downloaded from the link I will be sharing later, closer to the workshop, because I still need to really refresh them at the very, very last possible moment, because everything changes so rapidly in Power Platform world that even if I create these workshop materials right now, it may happen, and it will possibly happen that like 2 weeks before the workshop, some screenshots will be already outdated. So I'll try to do my best to have these lab materials delivered to you with some with enough time for you to prepare your environment and your machines for the workshop, but late enough so that I would expect no more changes will be made to either Power Automate Desktop or Power Automate, or whichever product we'll be using as well in this hyperautomation scenario. So with that, let me show you how it is possible to create your own demo tenant that you can use. And even if you do have your own company's tenant, or if your employer is going to give you an environment, or you can use your developer environment, I still have that feeling that it's much easier and again, much safer and more flexible for you to create this demo tenant. And it doesn't really require you to commit any costs, so to make any payments, to just set it up, and then after a month you can either delete it or just leave it and it will be deleted on its own, because there will be nothing happening. So all right, so with that, let's go through some of the slides that I have prepared. I didn't want to make this a live demo because sometimes this registration process in Office 365 portal just takes a while, so I don't want to lose too much time. So anyways, once you navigate to Microsoft website where you are able to purchase Office 365 E3 license, again, a link to this site is in the Lab 1.1. And then here is the option to either choose it with Teams or without Teams. Please do the with Teams option and then hit the button try for free. So now once you click try for free, you'll start the process to request for the trial license that lasts for a month. Okay, so first, just read through, go next. Provide your email address. It can be either an email address that already has a Microsoft account behind, or it can be a very new email address that doesn't have it. Like in my case, I'm always using an alias to my email, so that I'm pretty sure that there is no Microsoft account yet available. So once you provide it, then browser will verify if everything is fine. And then if there is a Microsoft account behind, you can either sign in or you can create a new account instead, which is what I'm going here. So I'm creating a new account, then it will send you an email with this verification code, copy paste it, click verify, then provide all your details that you want this tenant to be registered for. And well, once you're ready, simply hit next button. And the next step is to either provide your personal identification number or TIN number. I haven't really faced any issue with providing any kind of number. I don't think there is any valid validation in place, but well, maybe there is. And my number, my TIN number is just fine. So anyways, provide the number, then click next. And then you have to create your initial global admin account and as well define the domain name. So again, here you have pretty much of the flexibility, although obviously some of the domains are already taken. So most probably if you type in a domain which is already taken and then hit the save button, it will be validated. And if it is already taken, you will have to choose a different one. Then provide the password, confirm it, and click next. This is when the tenant is going to be initially provisioned. It will create your account. And this is where you might get scared or a little bit frightened, but you shouldn't be, because even though you're asked to provide your credit card number, then there is this very important message present here. So if you do not want to be charged any money, then you simply need to cancel the perpetual subscription before it ends. And I'll show you as well how that should be done in order to really not be charged any cost, any money. So don't hesitate to put your credit card number. It's definitely safe with Microsoft. They will not use it against you, but you will as well not be committed to make any costs, to face any costs. So then this is just a summary where you will be able as well to add a tax ID if you do have any. You don't really need to, because either way you won't use that tenant. But if you are, for example, from European Union, and like in my case, if you provide a valid EU tax ID, then the reverse charge makes the taxes 0, because this is under the EU agreement. And then you can hit the start trial, and this is when the tenant is provisioned, the account is added to the tenant, and as well the products are being added to the tenant. Now, once this is confirmed, you still need to create or set up the MFA, the multi-factor authentication. So then sign in with your password and simply set up the authenticator application, scan the QR code, then once scanned, hit next and enter the number that is displayed later. And in case everything is working, you will be set up and your MFA will be working fine. So then hit done. Stay signed in. And this is when you will end up the process of registering a demo tenant, where you are able to hit the button start using Office 365 E3 trial, which will get you to Admin Center for Microsoft 365. And this is very important, because here you will be able to terminate or cancel the license before the trial period ends. So to do that, you need to expand the billing menu and then click on your products. Now, under your products, hit the ellipsis icon here next to the Office 365 subscription, and then hit the edit recurring billing. So once you do that, press the option to cancel on expiration, which will simply make this subscription to be terminated once a trial ends. So with that, you will really not be committed you won't be charged any money after the trial ends, right? So confirm, just wait until these things load. And then after you refresh, you will notice that now your E3 license is going to expire on that date where it is ending. All right, so with that, hit then to add more products, because you still need the Power Automate Premium trial license to obtain as well. So hit add more products, then navigate to all products above here, and simply type in Power Automate in the filter. And when the results are filtered, select the option, the Power Automate Premium, and hit the details option, which will get you to the details page of the Power Automate Premium license. Then from select a plan drop down, select option for the trial, which will automatically pop up with this dialog box where you will be able to go through the checkout procedure and just see what you're ordering. So here again, click next. Don't be afraid about these costs which are being displayed, because again, you'll terminate the subscription after the trial period ends. So then freely place the order. And once the order is placed, hit this button to manage your new subscription. And again, on the page of this subscription, look for this information about the recurring billing and click that link to edit recurring billing. With that, you will again be able to cancel this billing, so this trial license on the expiration, which again will save you or avoid you from being charged for every other period once the trial ends, right? So then again, confirm, wait until this is done, and you'll see this confirmation that when the trial expires, then your service will simply end, and that's it. So with these two subscriptions now, you do have the information that with both you'll be not charged any money after the trial ends, because after the trial ends, you simply want these subscriptions to be terminated, and that's done. Now, the last thing you have to do is to navigate to users and then hit the active users, and you need to assign the license to these accounts you want to use for the either workshop or your future demos or whatever. So then find the account, click on the ellipsis icon, and enter the option to manage product licenses. And under product licenses, grant the user this Power Automate Premium subscription that you have just purchased. Oh, you haven't, because this is just a trial. And then hit Save Changes, and that's done. Last thing that you have to do here is as well to provision Microsoft Dataverse, because every default environment provisioned for these demo tenants, it does not come with Dataverse database provisioned automatically. So for that, navigate to Power Platform Admin Center, click on Manage, and then under Environments, open the default environment, right? So this is the default environment, and you can notice that it is not having a Dataverse yet created. It could be created at some point automatically, but well, it's just safer to speed it up. So then enter the environment, and once on the details of the environment, click the Add Dataverse link. It's under the Dataverse box. Select the currency. I would say don't deploy sample apps and data because we don't need them, and simply hit Add. And then after a while, when you navigate back to the list of environments, you will notice that this environment now is equipped with the Dataverse. If you don't believe your eyes, if this is not enough, you can as well navigate to Power Automate Cloudflow portal. So go to make.powerautomate.com. And if you're able to open solutions and other solutions, you do see anything deployed, it means that indeed Microsoft Dataverse is now present. So that is it, speaking about the tenant setup. And now I would like to show you as well how you can register a machine. This is very easy and quick. So first of all, navigate to the machine where you want to install Power Automate Desktop, or to the virtual machine that you'll be using, and click Sign In within the Power Automate Desktop application. Then sign in with the same account that you have either going to be using from your employer or from your own existing tenant, or that you have used to create this demo tenant. then click next and complete the authentication. And now this is important to observe what you're seeing here. So if you don't see this green ribbon here saying that you do have a Power Automate Premium plan assigned to you, and if next to the environment picker here, you see like the small diamond icon saying that Go Premium, that means something is wrong with the trial or the premium license that is assigned to you. And I would then try and either reassign it or contact your admin to check if that plan is assigned. Or eventually what you can do is to as well use the pay-as-you-go environment. So the environment with the Azure subscription. And in such environment, all the premium options and features are going to work just fine. However, if you do see that greenish ribbon and there is no icon encouraging you to go for the premium, then you're fine and you're good to go. So then hit Settings button here, and under Settings at the very bottom, you'll see an option to a link to Open Machine Settings, which will, once clicked, open you a dedicated new app that is called a machine registration or the machine runtime. By default, this machine should not be registered to any environment because that should be just a clear machine. Yeah, and this dropdown for the environment should be blank. So then once you expand it, you should see the environment that you have been assigned, or your developer environment, or the default environment on the demo tenant. Just click it, and once clicked, it will start registration. And then after a minute or so, you will be displayed this confirmation screen with information that this machine has been registered, and it is now connected with this specific environment that you have chosen, right? That means this machine has been registered. Last part that you do have to perform on this machine, if you're not using a machine which is Entra ID connected, is to open command line prompt and type in this how am I words. And then it will return you information about your user and a domain that you're locally using to sign into this account. If, again, you're using a domain joined laptop or Azure virtual machine, then you can easily use the email address as well, not the local account. Just either copy it or memorize it, and then switch back to Power Automate Cloudflow portal. And in there, click on the More, because usually the machines option is not visible at the first part of the menu. You can pin it if you want to be easier navigating in the future. So then click Machines, and under Machines, you should be able to see your newly registered machine with its name and as well the status saying that it has been connected. So the last step you need to now to perform to be really, really ready for the workshop is to then click again on the More and then hit Connection. So you'll need to create a connection to this machine that we'll be later using to call desktop flows on that machine from Cloudflows. And then while you're on the connections, type in desktop flows here, or just the desktop in the search bar, and then click on the available option, which is desktop flows. And here simply provide details to register, to create the connection. And here again, if you're using an Entra joined machine, you could use, instead of username and password, the Entra option. Still, if you do have an Entra joined machine, you can use as a user account an email that you're using to sign into to Entra, well, that you have in Entra. If not, just copy and paste that locally displayed information from the who am I from the command prompt and the password that you use to sign into this machine, and then hit Create button. And if everything is working fine, which should be, because why not, then you'll see this lovely green confirmation checkbox saying that your connection has been created. And that means that you're basically ready to come on Sunday and join the workshop and benefit from over 9 labs. I hope that we will be able to do over 9 labs on that day and create this end-to-end hyperautomation with Power Platform using all these cloud flows, teams, Dataverse thingies, solutions, a little bit of ALM as well, and RPA, obviously. So once again, thank you very much for spending this last half an hour with me. And if you have any questions, then please scan the QR code or go to aka.ms/Pochetek and simply ask me these questions through LinkedIn or email or whatever. And as well, if you'd like to have these slides with you, just ping me and I will gladly send them over to your inbox, to your mailbox. So reach out to me. And see you on Sunday before the Power Platform Community Conference. I cannot wait to see you all in person, and I can't wait to be there in Vegas this fall. So I'm really very excited. Once again, thank you very much. Lyman, off to you.
Howdy, Tomasz. Thank you so much for this preview. It's very, very informative, and also really important for people registered for your conference to get this kind of in-person information to be ready for all the stuff, the 9 labs that you've got going on there. Thank you to everyone who joined us today. Thank you very much. We hope this session gave you some insight into what to expect during Tomasz's in-person event at PPCC 26. Oh, and by the way, if you're interested in any of the other workshop previews, check out the link, the QR code there, click on that, and that will take you to the registration page for the other workshop previews to give you some more insight. If you haven't registered yet, there's still time to join us in Las Vegas. When you register, simply use this speaker discount code on your screen to save $150 off your conference registration. Please join us in Las Vegas and connect with thousands and thousands of Microsoft technology professionals from around the world. You'll learn directly from Microsoft's engineering and product teams, as well as some of the most respected experts from the global Microsoft technology community. Thanks again for joining us, and have a great day. And we'll see you at PPCC 26 in Las Vegas.
Thank you. Bye.